Right, we're at San Diego Comic-Con 2018. It's the Sunday, it's the dying seconds of this the death throes as it starts thrashing its legs and saying, can you please put me out of my misery? Although, it's got to be said, certainly from upstairs, I've been attending the CCI Talkback panel, and it seems like it's gone staggeringly smoothly. Very quickly introduce yourself and tell us what your position is with Funko and what your thoughts has been of the weekend so far.
I'm Mark Robbin. I'm the Director of Marketing at Funko, so run the social media team, events team, and so forth. I think it's been great. I like the changes they've made. I feel like it's been for the better. The crowds seem like they've gotten bigger. I don't know how that's possible, but it feels bigger. It feels busier all around. There hasn't really been a quiet day. But I still feel like it's been well organized and a little warm in here. That's about my only complaint.
True. I mean, it is one of those where you get this many bodies in the room, it's going to start cooking. That's fine. Now, obviously, I think the big conversation that people have been having here at Comic-Con is about the exclusives portal. And there was a question that was asked upstairs, and I'd like to put that to you, just to put the idea. Whose idea was it to move Funko to the exclusives portal? Was it yourself or was it CCI?
Well, I've been advocating for a couple of years that we need to be. They had asked us a couple of years ago to do, or not asked, told us that we needed to participate in the ticket distribution up in Sales Pavilion. So we've been doing that for a number of years. That was not my favorite system. For one thing, people were sleeping outside all night long. I don't know how safe that is. I know some people are willing to do it, but lots of people aren't. Didn't seem very safe. There were a lot of issues with that. Last year we had a lot of people coming and saying, I was in line all night, they came and got us, they took the wrong line, there were line jumpers, you name it. I mean, people just upset. And then when they get here, they're not in great shape. My staff had to get up at 5 in the morning to go distribute the tickets and come work, so just nothing about it I found particularly appealing. For a couple of years at shows like New York Comic-Con, Star Wars Celebration, they've been doing online lotteries. So I had definitely been advocating to CCI, you guys need an online lottery. And in my opinion, and I'm sure some people will disagree with me, but in my opinion, it's more fair. Everybody gets the same equal chance. There's no camping out required. If you don't win, that's very disappointing. But at least then you can plan the rest of your day, the rest of your trip around other things that you want to do.
Well, I mean, as one fandom, it's one of the strongest on the floor. I mean, Funko has some very passionate fans, as I'm certain you found out for yourself at Funko Fun Days. I'm sure you had a blast on that particular event. But what has been the general response then from the people on the floor? Because obviously, like you say, I mean, I personally ran a poll and we were looking at something like 60% of people getting nothing in the lottery. What's been the response from the people on the floor that you've been hearing?
Well, I mean, 60% of people getting nothing in the lottery could be higher, right? I mean, the reality is that depends on how many people are applying, and of course, I mean, it's going to be tough. I would argue that number, I have no way to prove it. I would bet that number is a lot higher without the lottery, because what I noticed when they were doing the on-site system is it was the same people day after day after day after day. So you might think, oh, if it was just line up here, all of a better shot. To my eyes, I didn't see that. Whereas I saw different people every hour, every day here, and so I think we're spreading the inventory and the proverbial love around because you are giving everybody the same chance.
Well, speaking of inventory, you've had some amazing figures out this time round, especially when it comes to items that you've also shared with other retailers. They've gone down particularly well. Which has been the high points, which has been the ones that have caught people's attention, would you say?
Well, always the ones that are only available here are the most, are the most highly sought after. So there was a Deadpool figure that was only here. James Wan, the director, the Golden Girl skateboard. So there's a number of things that are going to be collector's items because you could truly only get them here. But there were, a lot of popular items that were shared. The Flash 3-pack did very well. The Golden Vegeta did very well. So it depends. But there were definitely some of the items were flying off the shelves pretty early in the morning.
And moving forward, I mean, would you say this is going to be the kind of setup, and certainly in terms of the way that you're moving people through and working with the attendees, do you see this is going to be the way that it's going to be moving forward for future cons?
Well, I don't necessarily get to decide if we do a lottery or not. Obviously, I have to work with the shows. It's their show and their rule. But based on their current system, this is the system that we're going to run with. I mean, hey, if they'll give us more booth space, I'll happily take it. That's not the issue. The issue is, booth space is in high demand. There's a lot of people that want to exhibit here, and they're not going to give, they're not going to give us half of the floor. Sure. So,
okay. When is Funko Con coming? I mean, it's surely only a matter of time at this point.
We've thought about it. I know no plans yet, but it's definitely something that we've thought of. Hey, should we host our own event? Where would it be? I know we've talked about, should we do an event on the East Coast, because we have fun days on the West Coast, but then we also have facilities available up by our HQ, so we're thinking about it.
Well, speaking of facilities, then there's I think that we'll wrap up on this, is about the pop-up shop, which we did see in downtown San Diego in previous years. Yeah. Wasn't run this year for 2018. Any reason why that was the case?
The team that operates that pop-up shop is the same team that puts on Fun Days, and ultimately that just got to be too much strain to say run a store and also put on that production. So if we can figure out a way to kind of divide up the work. And so
it's called cloning. If you're going to do it, you do it right.
As that office grows and gets more people, it might be possible. I did hear it a lot this year saying, oh, we missed that. So that's definitely good feedback, and hopefully we can get it together and be able to do that next year.
Thank you very much indeed for your time. It's like I say, from what we've been hearing from not just yourself, but across the board, it really has been a truly epic and successful San Diego Comic-Con 2018. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Take care. Thank you.